So here at race start, doing the parade of sail, got helicopters, Table Mountain up there in the background, all the boats ready to go, off to Australia, homeland. So here on Gold Coast, we've just crossed the start line, day one on our race from Cape Town to Geraldton, and we crossed the line, what were we, first place? Yeah, first place, 5 seconds to go and 1 boat length away, so it was a really good start. So it's race start. I've been sitting up the rig for about 2 hours now, just trying to watch for wind for us. We're still just in front of Table Mountain, so we haven't gotten very far. Hi, so day 3, we were in first place. I think at the moment we're second place, and Chindow's caught up to us. We've got Geraldton hanging out with us as well, and the rest of the fleet, half of them were becalmed for 48 hours just to the lee of Table Mountain. It is official. It is day 5 of our race, and we are officially in the Southern Ocean. As race positions go, we're still in first place. New York is catching up to everyone really fast. They've been doing like 60 miles in 6 hours. We've been doing that as well, so we've been able to hold our own against them. But Chindow's fallen behind, and welcome to Yorkshire, so you know, we'll see how it goes. But at the moment we're still holding the lead, 30-mile lead on the other boats. Hi, so we're here in the Southern Ocean. We're 41 degrees south, so that's known as the Highway 41. We finally have some wind. We're cruising along in about 30 knots of wind, averaging 30 knots. We have lots and lots and lots of birds that are keeping us company at the moment. I'm not sure if you can see them against the grey of the ocean, but there's just hundreds of birds there. Hi, so it's day 7 at sea, and just getting down from being up the rig for 2.5 hours. There was a big team in the spinning halyards and all sorts of stuff going on. But anyway, 2.5 hours up the rig. We managed to surf a wave at 17.6 knots while I was up there, and that was speed over ground of over 20 knots, so pretty impressive. 30 knots of wind at the moment. Yeah, quite the adventure. I'm not sure if you can really see it, but it's really massive waves now. They're just going to get bigger. We're at 44 degrees south in the Southern Ocean, so pretty far south. It's day 7 at sea, and yeah, it's 5:45 in the morning, and we're just surfing massive waves in the Southern Ocean. It's freezing cold now. It's got a real bit of wind to it. Hi, so it's 10 o'clock at night on the 12th, which is day 7 at sea, and the stars have struck. We're at latitude 44 degrees south, and or 45 degrees south, sorry. And we broke our spinnaker guy earlier today and retrieved the spinnaker and reset the pole, and everything was okay. Tonight, just as we were coming off watch, they got rounded up by the wind. They blew the bang to ease the main out, and the spinnaker pole hit the forestay, broke again, so we've snapped both our spinnaker poles now. And then while we were trying to get the pole down, the spinnaker just flogged itself to pieces. So absolutely shredded at the moment. It's wrapped completely around the forestay and the inner forestay, just an absolute mess. And we've got Rich up the top of the mast at the moment trying to cut it away. So bit of a long night tonight. So last night we crash dived the boat, snapped our preventer, broke our traveller, broke our spinnaker pole, shredded our kite, wrapped up almost every halyard we have in the kite, and we're currently cruising along with half a kite absolutely shredded around the forestay, and no headsail. We've got 1 reef in the main, and we're still surfing waves at 10 to 12 knots, so we have had gusts up to 40 knots. It's about 3 degrees on deck at the moment, so it's freezing cold. And what else? We had a hailstorm come through this morning, and then now we've got snow on the deck. So very, very cold conditions to have an emergency like this in. And Rich is just waiting for it to settle down a little bit before he goes back up the forestay and tries to cut away the sail that's up there. And then once we can get that down, we can clear our halyards and try and hoist another sail and have a bit more control of the vessel. Nobody was hurt, so that's a real plus. But it does suck that we broke so much stuff. We finally got the forestay cleared. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. On day 9 at sea, after all our fiasco. Still in the Southern Ocean. We've got one reef in the main and the Yankee 3 up. There's pretty big swell happening. We keep surfing massive waves, absolutely massive. We've had 50-foot waves come through at times. Hi, so it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon on day 10, and it's still really cold on deck. It's balmy 10 degrees today. It's been holding air temperature of about 2 to 3 degrees, and Delangers, one of the other boats, actually spotted icebergs yesterday. So they spotted 2 icebergs about 300 miles behind us. So we're really lucky we didn't run into them when we were sailing past. So we have started an iceberg watch on the radar and with the sea temperature, and we've also been doing a kelp watch, because if you get a piece of kelp around the keel, it can really slow you down, and somebody else has to jump in the water and get it off. Hi, so it's day 11 at sea, and it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We are just coming on standby watch, and our low pressure system's coming through and will be hitting us tonight, so we're getting prepared for storms. We've dropped the spinnaker, goodbye fair weather sailing, and welcome 30, 40, 50 knot winds again. New York's right behind us. We're still holding first place, but only just. They're catching us really fast because they can fly the heavyweight kite, and we don't have one anymore. So that's a real shame. Just left a wave at 22.8 knots. Massive. That was speed over ground. Rich has jumped on the helm now, trying to beat my record.
You go past haircut.
Yeah, and his new haircut that I gave him on the deck yesterday. So it's still pretty grey out here, still pretty cold and wet, but everyone's in good spirits. We're just surfing some really good waves. So it's 8 in the morning and day 13 at the sea, and last night the on watch guys had a pretty eventful night. They snapped our preventer again. You can see there it's just tied together with various bowlines holding it together. Crash jibed a couple times, rounded up, almost broached us a few times, until they can finally change down to the Yankee 3, reduce sail plan, and get out any riding turns that were in the winches that were holding them up. So it's a bit of drama, but it's all sorted now, and we're just cruising along. It's still in the Southern Ocean. The winds just started dropping off from that low that's come through, so we're under 20 knots now for the first time in a couple of days, and we're just waiting for it to stop gusting before we hoist the spinnaker. Currently we've got the full main up and the Yankee 2, and holding first place nicely. We had New York catch us and they got within 9 miles of us, which is very close, and then they got caught in a high pressure system that we ducked below, and so now we've opened our lead on them to 90 nautical miles, so hopefully we can maintain that lead and we can pass that high pressure system without getting trapped in it as well. Hi, so it's now day 17 at sea. We are still in the Southern Ocean at 47 degrees south, so it's pretty cold down here. If you look at here, this green line here was our original course for the Great Circle route. But what we've done is this red line is the line we've travelled, and here we are now. I'm not sure if you can see that very clearly, so that's us at the moment, deep down in the Southern Ocean. We have this big high pressure system here that's come straight over our Great Circle track. So what we've done is we've actually jived and come south again, and we're going to come up and around the Great Circle Route and up the coast that way. So this high is moving along, and then hopefully it'll stall, which is the intended plan, and we're going to follow up along the coast, and then we'll just go up the coastline of Australia here. So that's the idea anyway. At the moment we are getting light winds from the highs, so we've got about 15 to 20 knots of wind, and just sailing along with Yankee 1 up, staysail and full main, and when it gets daylight we'll probably hoist the spinnaker. So it's about 6 in the morning, and freezing cold on deck. It's 4 degrees up on deck. Hi, so it's day 19 at sea, and as you can see by the sea state behind me and around me, this high pressure system that was to the north of us, we are just inside the edge of it at the moment. We're trying to sail with our spinnaker up, our lightweight spinnaker, and currently making 2.5 knots. Although every now and then we get a squall coming through, giving us a nice healthy 10 knots of breeze, so we can cruise along. But at the moment we're still 1,000 miles out of Geraldton, and just trying to get through this high pressure system. Last night we had the lightweight kite up, the lightweight spinnaker, and unfortunately the guys on watch got caught around the spreader at the top during a flog, and it tore the leech tape out about 4 meters down the kite, from the head of the kite down. So we've had to repair that last night. It was an all hands call, so everyone was up. So very little sleep last night. We have officially left the Southern Ocean. So we're now at latitude 37 degrees south. Hi, so it's day 23 at sea. We are roughly 2 days from port at Geraldton. Everyone's pretty tired at the moment. We've just been sailing with the spinnaker up for the last week or so, which means that in our standby watches where you could sleep if you have, say, the Yankee sails up, you have to actually be up and ready to go in case there's an emergency on deck. So I haven't had a lot of sleep. It means about 4 hours sleep a day, and there's no chance to catch up now because we are starting the maintenance and the deep clean process for getting the boat ready for port. Hi, so it is 4 AM on day 25. Just got woken up for watch, and to find out we are 30 miles from Geraldton. So it's only about 3 hours away and we're going to get back into port. DLL and New York and all the other boats are still stuck in that wind hull, and they're over 300 miles away from us. Here's the finish line, dead ahead! This is the